Wow. Just like that. Sunday. Just like that. We fucking halfway through June. Oh man. That's so crazy, bro. Oh. Sunday. Yes. Many things to do on this Sunday. It's crazy because it's 6 o'clock, but you know. We're working on it. We're making it through the day. Speaking of which, how everybody's doing? How y'all doing? Jacob, KB, good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Lurkers, how y'all doing? Hope everybody's all right. Hope your Sunday's good. Hope everybody's well and got some rest and maybe had some good eats. You know what I'm saying? That was a good time. My bad. Hold on. I'm looking at items, bro. I'm looking at items. Okay. Let's get it crack-a-lack and dude, let's get it. Too much light. No light that I get in this bitch. Much light. Ah! Whew. Whoa, KB, you dropped? You dropped the 7, bro? Drop the 7. Appreciate the 7, homie. Appreciate the 7. Ah! Okay. Today is all right so far. How you doing? I'm doing okay. A little scatterbrained today. We ain't make a little to-do list, so it's a little bit of everything. But that's fine. That's cool. We'll every day don't need to be a rigid scheduled day, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes just need to chill and play rematch for 2 hours. Which I need to remind myself that. Howdy, how y'all doing? We're doing good. Hope everything's well. You mix any sodas today, bro? You mix any sodas today, bro? Or has today been a non-mixer day for you? No? Okay. Just had to ask. But yeah, like the title says, and for the stream schedule peeps, folks, got a bit of a chill kind of working stream today. We're gonna talk about some stuff. Get a few things in order, maybe play a few games after, and then we'll see what's happening. But yeah, you know, listen, y'all my people, you know what I'm saying? Everybody here is a OG stamp, certified early adopter stamp. Just say tacos and watch my show from. Tacos. What kind of tacos you rocking with? What kind of tacos you got? Classic, hard shell, soft shell. You're scared? No need to be scared. We're just TLDR, we will be making a little adjustment to like the schedule and the consistency, but I think from your guys' perspective, things shouldn't change too much. Pretty much, I mean, y'all all kind of know how I operate right now. It's a one-man show, you know, this ain't my full-time gig. You know, And we kind of do everything ourselves. You know, we make videos ourselves, we stream ourselves, we throw up clips, you know, run the Discord, all that stuff, right? It's a one-man show over here. And I'm not knocking it at all. You know, I don't feel burnt out or anything. I'm having a great time, right? But like most people, the goal is to grow the channel, you know, grow the YouTube, grow the clock app, grow the Instagram, IG, grow the Twitch, you know what I'm saying? And I think just like how we've been doing things, it's been okay, right? You know, we essentially stream just about 7 days a week, and we upload videos, long form videos like 7 days a week, and then we post on all the short form content sites 3 times a day, at the most 3 times a day, at the least once a day. Deadlock right now. You're a deadlock, homie. How you enjoying that? How many I don't even know what y'all got. Heroes, champions, legends. How many characters y'all got now? But yeah, you know, like, so we got a lot of output. A lot of daily output as well. And we've been doing that for a while now. Like, I think like we've been running daily for like, I want to say like at bare minimum a year, you know what I'm saying? At least a year, maybe a year and some change, year and 6 months, you know, almost 2 years, I think. But lots. Yeah, I think last time I saw like y'all had a lot. I think last time I kept up with it, like y'all had just added the doorman. But I know there's like been like at least a few more since then. Low key right now, Minecraft is your favorite game? Minecraft will never die, bro. Too many motherfuckers like Minecraft, bro. But yeah, you know, so, and sometimes we catch some dubs. Sometimes I don't really like to consider videos that I put out like L's, you know, if it doesn't like do well metrically and all that type of stuff. But like, of course, the end goal is to kind of like have a good time, grow the channel, all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I'd rather have more consistent dubs metrically than I guess L's, you know? And I think at least, I don't know, this is the weird thing about like kind of like content creation and like all that type of shit, because some kind of switch up coming, yeah, for sure. Everybody else, like, you kind of always hear the same thing, but like coming from opposite ends of the spectrum, right? And the landscape is just like so different from like how it is now to how it was 2 years ago to how it was 10 years ago, right? So it's like, on the one hand, especially as like a creator of my size, you know, I'm still very small, you know, I'm still very like grassroots. But if Minecraft ever dies, that's when the world is imploding for real. Honestly, that game will probably be around forever unless something drastically happens. But yeah, like, on the one hand, you'll hear a motherfucker say, yo, you gotta post all the time, you gotta post every day, you gotta post as much as you can every single day, you gotta post, right? And then you'll kind of hear other people say, like, that's really not the way to go about it. You should really put a lot of time and effort and care into the things you post about, you know, like quantity over quality type scenario, right? And I still kind of subscribe more to like the quantity over the quality part, mainly because like I feel like quality will sort of always be subjective, especially when it comes to content. I mean, everybody here is like familiar with like the classic shit post that has 4 million views versus like the 4-hour video documentary that has like 50 views. Sometimes they get 1 million views, to the Mr. Beast videos that get a gajillion views. You know, like, there's all kinds of content out there for all kinds of people, and they all kind of do well or not so well metrically depending on insert X item, right? And I think for me, it's like, like I said, I want to keep doing that. I want to try to maintain what I got going on right now, because the content that I'm making is great. I like making the type of content that I'm making because it's the type of content that I watch. I don't want to like really do anything else. So that's like one thing for sure. Core Keeper, I have no idea what Core Keeper is, which is crazy because I do kind of That one is not in my wheelhouse. So yeah, like I think posting every day, at least on like YouTube long form, might be decreased a little bit. So like I said, we usually run like 7 posts on YouTube, like anywhere from like 10 minutes to like 20-30 minutes for a video. I think we might drop that down to like 4 or 5 a week. I don't know. I'm still kind of debating, but like I definitely would like to keep that like daily cadence, but just maybe not so much gung-ho on like gotta post something every day, you know what I'm saying? So like if I miss a day or whatever, most likely another video will come up the day after, right? And that might just be like more consistent, so it might be like an every other day type of scenario. Like I said, I'm still pretty like toxic like productivity, so I would like to try to maintain that daily cadence if I can, but no more than like 2 days apart from a video, especially because of the type of shit that I do make. It's like I'm not making something that's gonna take like 6 months for me to like actually drop, you know what I'm saying? Like the type of stuff that I watch, like at the most it'll take me like 2 days to make, you know what I'm saying? At the most. At the easiest, I could throw something up in like an hour, you know what I'm saying? But just like kind of being on every single day doesn't really give me the room to like adjust to where I need to adjust, at least from like a metrics perspective, for me to like do better and like make the channel, I guess, grow faster. I'm trying to be really cautious of like how I word this, because like it's not like I'm not trying to like blow up overnight or some shit like that. That's not the case. Like I'm very much in it for the long haul. Like that mindset is very locked in for me. Do not care about that, right? But it's also in the same vein, and for like all my car homies, y'all gonna know what I'm talking about when I say this, but it's like, you know, when you get like stuck in a ditch or some mud, you know what I'm saying? And it's like your car definitely's got the torque, it's got the traction to get out, but you just like you can't get the grip. So your wheels are just fucking spinning. You just like you really burning that bitch, bro. You just burning it, right? And it's like realistically, you could keep your foot on the gas and keep spinning them wheels. You might get out. You might get out. You might catch something real quick and then you get a little jolt and then you go. Or you might dig yourself deeper into the ground and make a worse scenario that you were originally in, right? Sometimes you need to like stop, take a breather, you know, readjust, and then like find a new game plan. Because sometimes all you got to do is rock the car back and rock it forward, and then you can go, and then like you're out and you're moving. Sometimes that's all you need, but you would have never known that if you just kept on the gas and kept trying to force your way out, right? But also in the same vein, if you sit there rocking the car back and forth, or you sit there like not doing anything for too fucking long, that could also be just as bad. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's like, yo, I've literally been posting every single day for like I said, like a year plus almost. And like I said, you can see on the channel, there's some things that's been like bangers. There's been some things that's been like, you know what I'm saying? For me, as long as I got something out, I'm happy, you know, because a lot of the shit is like memories for me to look back on with like either y'all or some of my friends or myself, like introspective shit. Sometimes we'll have videos where we kind of talk like this about some real shit. Sometimes we'll have goofy chimp shit, you know, whatever, all kind of in between. That's kind of how I've always wanted my channel to be. I kind of wanted to be sort of a scenario where it's like, if you're coming here, you can kind of expect it to be like you going to a homie's house and you hanging out. Sometimes y'all talk about some real shit. A lot of times y'all kind of just like shooting the shit and it's like kind of funny, you know what I'm saying? And like obviously you got like something in between that's kind of like an olive branch. And in my case, it's like FPS games or like Halo or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? That's a good analogy. Yeah, like you're saying, it's like you can really keep spinning that motherfucker and it might work. It might work. But there's been a lot of times where I've seen motherfuckers just dig themselves into the ground because they're just burning the tires, bro. They're just burning them. When some streamers aren't streaming, they hang out in their Discord server. Other communities have different events exclusively in their server. Yeah, like I'm in my server like pretty much all the time, either like in like the private channel with some of my homies, or like I'll go up into the public channels and say what's up to like the few people that's there, and that's like great. That's like one of my favorite things to do, to be honest. I some of y'all can go back like even 6 months and be like, yo, one of my favorite things to like do and try to make with this whole channel is like having the community. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have 100 tight-knit homies that's in the Discord ready to do some shit than a million motherfuckers who don't even know me or don't want to hang out. Not me, bro. Not me. My favorite game is a 2008 game called Company of Hero. Yo! Company of Heroes is crazy. I love that game. That game is fucking awesome. Oh my god. Holy shit. I've heard that name in forever. Woo! I did try to play Company of Heroes 3, but I didn't last too long on that. Halo is quite literally my favorite thing of all time. I've read almost every novel, every comic. I'm trying to get into the novels, bro. I'm trying, but it's just like I always kind of fall off at a certain point. So I'm kind of starting over. I'm reading Contact Harvest right now. I'm like not like almost done, but I'm like a good ways through. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I've got Bad Blood and then Fall of Reach. I want to get a couple more. Like I really like the novels, but I would love to stay on that for sure. Yo, Reed, what's up, homie? What's going on? Welcome, man, homie. How's your Sunday? How's everything hanging? I love the server. It's always fun to just hang out with y'all. Yeah, that's really what I'm trying to get to at the end of the day, bro. It's like even if I'm not present in like the space, the areas that I'm curating on the internet, I want it to be a scenario where like you can go in there and like make your own homies, you know what I'm saying? And that's like kind of already happening in some ways. Like I have people who come to the server and they like chat with themselves for like hours on end, and like they probably would have never met if it wasn't for like me. Like, and I don't even have to be there, but like if I do come and we hang out, that's awesome, you know what I'm saying? And that's great. That's exactly what I want, like from this YouTube shit, from like this content stuff. Of course, like money would be great, it'd be nice to pay my bills and shit like that. That would be awesome. But like realistically, I'm kind of here for like the people in the games first, and then the money is kind of like, That's why I'm not like super pressed to like do a bunch of dumb shit, to like get the subs up or like get the money up, because at least the way I'm thinking about it, and it might be toxic, it might be naive, whatever, but like I know the way that I'm kind of operating, that'll happen at some point, because it's already happening now, just not to a point where I can like not have to clock in tomorrow for my job, you know what I'm saying? But like I'd rather get to that point and have it built off of a community that like actually fuck with me and what I'm doing, and like each other in the community, than just like a bunch of fucking goobers that's just there because I did some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? You're freed from the hell that is called drill, and you're home now. Ooh, nice. Congratulations on making it through. Yes. So you get you can yap in the server now. Everybody can yap in the server. That's the point. Yes, and KB, I love that you speak 90% through soundboards. I love it. I tell people about it all the time. You're like one of my favorite people to talk about. It's so awesome. It's like, and that's like another thing that you don't really get. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, I got my friend group, my own personal like individual friend group that's like not really on like stream or stuff like that. But like I'd have never like had an interaction like with somebody like KB or something like that if I don't got what I got going on right now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think it's everybody has their own MO when it comes to like making content and doing shit like that. And I always try to make my motives like very clear for multiple reasons. But just like, especially as like a viewer or like a fan, I fucking hate that word. Like I really do not like calling y'all fans, but like, the audience or the people, you know what I'm saying? it's a lot easier to like get on board with certain shit, or even just like be around or come around more often if you know what the creator is about, you know what I'm saying? And of course everybody puts on like some type of mask or shit like that. I try to be as transparent as possible without like, you know, doxing myself or shit like that. But it's very, I try to make it very apparent about where I'm coming from and where my thought process is and like what the goals and like all that is. So like if you're hopping on board, you know exactly what you're hopping on board for. So last night in another server, I scared people from talking. How? Oh, I mean, your voice is like kind of deep. It's not like the deepest voice ever, but like if someone hasn't heard you and they've only heard the fucking sonic like yes, then like yeah, I can understand that for sure. Oh, I meant like more like home from drill so I can freely yap in the server with no IRL issues. Oh, okay. My bad, dude. My bad. Well, actually, I'm a Carl fan and can't wait for my autograph. Yeah, dude. But yeah, kind of just like going back to like I guess the strategy. I'm still trying to figure it out because there's also other developments happening, but there shouldn't be too much difference. It just might be like instead of 7 days, it's 5 or 4 or 6. You know, like I'm still trying to keep it pretty daily, but just giving myself like a little bit more breathing room in between uploads or in between streams, so I can actually take some time to figure out if like the shit that I'm posting is like really working or not, versus just like constantly throwing shit at the wall and seeing if like what sticks. You know what I'm saying? And like we might have more streams like this where it's like us kind of just yapping, or like I'm playing something but it's not necessarily made for a video. And like I said, like you might have a day where like there isn't like a post on YouTube, but like maybe instead of it being a post, it's like a community thing or something like that. You know, I'm at least, if it's not like the thing happening, there's always something else. You know what I'm saying? So really, it shouldn't be too much difference. But on the back end of things, I'm giving myself a little more wiggle room, so if like I can really see what the fuck is happening. Okay, boss man, I know you chimp a little bit in the brain once in a while. Hey, that's not like, listen. I never claim to be the sharpest tool in the shed. I never claim to be anything that I'm not. I let everybody know up front exactly what you're getting, what you're dealing with. Sometimes I'm chimpy, sometimes I'm not. You know what I'm saying? This one streamer who I'm lead mod for streams every other day. Yeah, like everybody has like their own schedule. You know, some people stream weekly, some people post weekly, some people stream every once in a blue moon, some people post every once in a blue moon, some people post 6 months from now, every month, like once a year. You know what I'm saying? It's different for everybody, but at least for like the type of videos that I came up on that I like to watch, the type of content that I like to make, the type of content creators that like I kind of vibe with on the most are those that like you either like really heavily engage with on a day-to-day basis, or you show up on like a day-to-day basis, but they're kind of just like in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't mind being somebody's background noise that they might tune into every now and again. Like I feel like that's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind that at all. Hey, you're 2 followers away from 400. I think that might be 3 because a bot followed me yesterday and I had to ban that motherfucker. But yeah, we're getting close to another milestone on the purple app. You know what I'm saying? And you know, those are cool. You know, like I'm always a fan of like kind of putting those together and like pushing for like more accolades and achievements and stuff like that. But like I said, realistically, I'm kind of just here on the day-to-day and then keep things rolling brick by brick, you know what I'm saying? And we'll see what's happening. Speaking of, I need to see if they updated us for our Twitch mod kits for Twitch at University. See, that's why I'm here. I remind you of all the important shit. Sometimes it's chimp stuff. Sometimes it's important stuff. I think these discussions you're having are good and will help you continually evolve into being the content creator you want to be. Yeah, I think so. And that's why I like having them, because like a lot of times I'll miss shit because I'm doing stuff that like somebody might see or like notice or whatever, you know? And it's always kind of good to have these check-ins, not only like for me, like introspectively, but like just for like everybody else. Cause you know, as much as it's like me putting out the work to like stream or post videos and stuff like that, it's just as like vital for y'all to be here and be part of the whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like one of the things I kind of hate the most about like the current kind of landscape of like at least bigger content creators. It's like a lot of times is like, yeah, they still do cool stuff, but over time they lose that sort of like intrapersonal connection. And I get it's like the whole parasocial thing, whatever, right? But still, at the end of the day, you are like talking to a person and you are forming some kind of connection with the person. And to a lot of people, even like the creators themselves, those connections are like super real and like super authentic. And like the bigger some creators get, they kind of shy away from that. I don't really want to do that too much. Like the bigger I get, the more I kind of want to do shit to like have more y'all be involved, you know what I'm saying? Rather that comes in the form of like giveaways or like people being like actually a part of the content or like the streams or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the more interactive and like kind of, I guess, collaborative I can make it between me and y'all, the like better things will kind of be in the long run for just like, you know, having more people come back, having more people want to be involved, having more people just like have a space where they feel like they can actually exist and not have to worry about a bunch of dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? And obviously, like, I can't help everybody, I can't save everybody. I can easily see in my future somebody coming in here and being upset about like a joke I make or a joke somebody else make, and like I gotta like do some kind of reprimanding or some shit like that. I can easily see that. But like 9.5 out of 10 times, if somebody's in here, they're having a good time, they feel like they actually belong and they won't get like shit on for existing. You know what I'm saying? Well, thank you, Mr. Carl, for allowing us to discuss with you. Yeah, like it's I've for me, that's one of my like very important things that I kind of like about this type of content shit. Even before like really doing content, one of my favorite things to do was like do like LFGs on like Xbox or like whatever, and like we'll like Overwatch, insert game, I'm looking for a group. Despite having like a group of homies to already play with that I know that's cool, I love interacting with like people, new people, building up relationships, building up a rapport. I think it's so cool because it gives you like a, I'm big on perspective, bro. I'm big on perspective. You never know what somebody got that they can add to the table. You never know what somebody's going through that you could probably help them out with. You never know what somebody got that you could learn from. Everybody's different. Everybody's got different kind of like strengths and weaknesses. And I feel like the more you kind of mix that pot up a little bit, the better recipe you'll have, you know? Knicks in 5, well, they did win the championship. New York did blow up last night. So yes. Which is so crazy. I don't really follow like basketball or like really any sport like that too much, but I try to at least keep with the times a little bit so I'm not like lost in conversation, which is kind of crazy because the Spurs were like actually doing good in like every game they played. I think game 4 was like the worst because they had like a 30-point lead that they like lost, which is so nigga. From like a competitive standpoint, ain't nothing worse than blowing a fucking lead like that, bro. Like, what do you mean we just fucking blew 30 points and then lost the game? Total revamp is needed. Total revamp. What the fuck? Hey, We gotta hit the strategy board again, because what the fuck was that? But yeah. Yes. 30-point lead loss is crazy. It's crazy. I don't remember. I think they were up by 30 going into like the second half or something like that at game 4. Something like that. Something crazy. But yeah, I think the Spurs definitely fumbled that one, because they definitely should have. That series should have at least went to like 6 or 7, but non-sports guy talking, so I'm not really gonna yap too much. But yeah, dude, like I said, like, of course, I'm a modern day content creator. I grew up on that like kind of first wave of like YouTubers who like actually made it. And to me, I'm still trying to chase the dream of like, yo, play video games all day, every day, make bread. Like, still pretty goated, bro. I don't really care about a lot of other shit outside of that to a certain degree. It's like, yo, but if I can play some games and make some bread and like not have to worry about paying my rent, and I can order food and like shit on occasion and not have to worry about like where the money's coming from, gas, right? That's just like the financial part of things, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really worried about being like rich or famous or anything like that. Like if I got a community that's like this, like we're like this, if we're like this, bro, give it to me. I don't need to go to fucking Europe and have 90,000 people outside my fucking hotel room. I don't give a fuck. I do not care. I do not care. But if I show up to the Discord and I'm like, yo, who's trying to play Battlefield 6 tonight? And 15 motherfuckers ping me and say, yo, add me. Let's go. Let's run it up. That gives me way more dopamine. Way more. Yo, who's trying to play Griffball tonight? Who's trying to do what? Like, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. That's me. That's my goals right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what I care about. And I feel like, you know, I'm not knocking anybody else, but that's just me. You know, that's all I can do. That's all I can do is be me. But yeah, so might be a little weird just because, like, obviously, of course, on top of that, like, life happens. So the schedule will kind of be it'll be fluid, but you know, that's kind of the basis of things going forward. I think instead of trying to go live every day, we'll aim for like 4 or 5 days a week. Instead of posting a long form video every day, we'll aim for like anywhere from like 3 to 5. Try to keep that daily, semi-daily, you know what I'm saying? Like realistically, shouldn't go longer than 2 days without a stream. Shouldn't go longer than 2 days without a video unless y'all know about it ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where my mindset is at. If I need a little bit of extra time to cook up some shit or like figure something out, like I'll let y'all know. But like realistically, if you load up the YouTube, if you load up the TikTok, the Twitch, you should see something new from me in some capacity. But it might not be like what's going on now. And then also at the same time, like I said, I don't really work on like big video ideas, but there's like stuff that I would like to do that I just like really wasn't getting the time to do because I was just like always doing like something. Like I say like a lot, bro. I say like a lot, but it's such a great word. But if I could give y'all like a day in the life from like a time frame perspective of like how this works for me, it's like, bro, we wake up and get ready from work anywhere from like 7 to like 8:30, right? And then we work 9 to 5, sometimes longer than that, depending on what the fuck is going on at the job. But like usually 9 to 5. For me, I'm already kind of bullshitting because I'll leave my job and come home around like 2 or 3, right? If I got nothing going on for like the rest of the day that like I need to be there for, I'll like sneak in like a workout and a shower from like 3 to 4. And then from like 4 to 5, I'll like kind of fuck around on some work shit just to make sure like, you know, I'm kind of there and people know. But then like I'm either getting like a video kind of like ready for tonight, or I'm editing a video that like I didn't get a chance to edit the day before, or like doing something kind of like preppy and like a video perspective. And then 6 o'clock rolls around, I'm streaming from like 6 to like 8, sometimes 9 o'clock. And after the stream ends, I'm immediately ripping the VOD, downloading the VOD, editing a video that's like anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. I'm usually done that by like 10:30, 11. I'm scheduling the video to post either like the next day or the day after that. That's like taking me from like 11 to 12. And then like if I'm doing anything else, it's like maybe some clip shit, or maybe like some slight like kind of like strategy type shit, but that's already kind of like anywhere from 12 to like 1 o'clock. And then I gotta get like ready for bed and gotta get ready to do it all over again. And then when I'm at work, I'm like taking like some time, like either during my lunch break or like when I have like some downtime to like schedule clips to go up the next day or like the day of, which I'm posting 3 of them bitches a day on 4 platforms. IG, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, 4 platforms a day. I'm posting those on 3 shorts a day. So like, and that's all like, that's like Monday through Friday. And then like Saturday, Sunday, it's like, all right, well, I'll try to give myself some time to, I guess, like sleep in, because a lot of time I don't sleep too much. I'll get like 6.5 hours max. And then like, yeah, like a Saturday, Sunday, I'm kind of waking up maybe like 10:30, 11. At like the latest is like 12 at the latest. And then I'm like up and I'm like ripping all of the videos that I've posted in like the past week, and I'm like chopping those up to make clips. Then I'm at any time I'll probably make, and like in that like weekend session, I'll probably make a batch of like probably like 15 to 30 clips, and then I'll get ready to like put those on my phone so I can like then schedule those throughout the week to like have content up for the week. And then maybe editing another video like Saturday, Sunday to get ready for, you know, the Sunday video, Monday video, whatever. Or now that I got the VOD channel on YouTube, I'm like getting the like VODs that I ripped from Twitch and like throwing those up on YouTube, doing like a little bit of shit to get those ready for YouTube. And then, like I said, it's usually like a stream day. We're usually doing something, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, like the grind is real. And like, don't get it twisted. Like I definitely, I would love to see your bigger video ideas. I mean, it's like nothing like grandiose. It's just like maybe a little more prep time, like maybe a little more of a script, or maybe like a little more B-roll, or like a little more angles, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy, but just like something I realistically wouldn't be able to like do in a night. You know what I'm saying? I would have to take at least like another few hours or a day to like get everything I would want together for it. Yeah, so it's like, that's like the daily, you know what I'm saying? Not including the shit that like I actually have to do in real life, my job, you know, any type of like housework or chores, or like any like thing that comes up in that regard. Like that's all that, you know. I do go out, like not too much. Like I'm more of a homebody. I can go out and be super extroverted and shit like that. Like I do like going to like raves and shit, or like hanging out with the homies or whatever. But like a lot of times I don't, because I'm really in it for the grind. You know, I'm trying to make this YouTube shit work. I'm trying to make this content shit work. But like, yeah, a lot of times I'm just like locked in for like 14 hours, like here, just doing the thing, which is fine. Like I said, I have no problems with it. Not at all. Like I have no problem telling motherfuckers, hey, I can't make it. I got no problem like really locking in. This my dome, this my space. I rock with it. Right? I rock with it. But yeah, like I said, it's just doing that for like a year straight, a year and a half. I know I can easily bang out a video. I know I can consistently bang out videos. That's not the problem. Now it's like, all right, what can I do now to at least make the videos I'm making have a little more pop, have a little more whatever, right? To a certain degree, you could argue, well, you just keep posting and then you'll see what happens. But it's like, yeah, of course, keep posting. But does that mean, do I keep posting 7 days a week? Do I try to double upload? You know what I'm saying? Do I try to like, you know what I'm saying? Like to a certain degree, there's only so much like frequency or like volume you can do, especially as like a one-man band before the car fucking crashes. There's only so much you can do. So I feel like, and that's why I'm kind of going back to that analogy. It was like, I feel like I'm just like spinning my wheels and like, yeah, sometimes I might get a video that like pop and get a couple thousand, or like, you know, I might get something that does really well, like the all the units series or like the Prophet's Hand series. And it's like, yeah, that's now my most viewed video at like 75K. But it's like, a lot of times it's like, hey, it's a 40 or it's 50, 75, 100, 200, you know, which is great. There was a time period where like I was not hitting that. Like even like 6 months ago or a year ago, there were some things where I was like, you know, I'm not really consistently hitting 100 views a video, like, you know what I'm saying, unless I'm doing this thing. But now I just want to make sure I'm kind of flipping the Rubik's Cube a little bit to line up the squares, or, you know what I'm saying, just pulling the levers a little bit to see where it's at. Because something I also kind of noticed with YouTube a little bit and content in general is like, at least where I'm at right now with like the type of shit that I'm doing, it's not so much like how much you need to change, because it could just be like a little tweak, a little thing here, you know, a little title change here, a little thumbnail change here, and you could take a video from 100 views to 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like it just this much, and you're like 10x your return to a certain degree, right? Yeah. Thumbnails are also a huge factor. You might have the most amazing vid, but if the thumbnail is buns, less people will click. Yeah, for sure. And like a big part of like YouTube nowadays is just like really winning the click, winning the like the shit. And that's kind of what I've been noticing on my videos. It's like a lot of times I'll have videos that like do okay or meh, and a lot of times the like click-through rate isn't amazing. My like average view duration has been getting better. But like I think right now, at least for me, it looks like it might be like it's like a packaging type of issue, you know what I'm saying? Something either like title, thumbnail related. I think it might be more title related than thumbnail related, but like I said, I don't know. And that's like the thing about YouTube and kind of just like content in general, but mainly YouTube. I'm definitely more of like a YouTube first kind of creator. Everything else kind of falls into play. But just like from there, it just where the fuck was I going? I'm like kind of hearing myself, so it's like I'm kind of mixing my thoughts. But I think I just might need to tweak something, like a little tweaker here or there, and we'll see. You know what I'm saying? But like again, if I don't have the time to analyze it at least a little bit, it's like it's in a way that's like deep and meaningful, not like in a like a passing way where it's like, oh hey, that like is like 2.5 and this one's like 4. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really have a way to like really look at my shit or like study other shit that like would be beneficial for me to like do something. So I think that's where like my problem lies at. And that's one thing that like really interests me and also gets on my fucking nerves about like content is like, as someone who's really excels in like, I would say like drone work, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's real easy to have like the set of instructions and then you can kind of just do what the fuck ever. Because like, okay, I know if I do X, Y, and Z, the thing will come, so I can do everything else in between while I'm doing X, Y, and Z. But like YouTube, to a certain degree, you kind of can't do that. Or if you can, it'll only work for so long until either you, the audience, or the algorithm gets like bored of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And we all know probably like some type of example where we've seen some kind of content creator do the same fucking thing for X amount of time. And it's like, all right, bro, you got it. And then the thing that was getting them 1 million views 4 years ago is now getting them 50. And it's like, right. You know, you got to switch it up. You got to be adaptable, which I think that's kind of like the human in me speaking. It's like, yeah, I would love to like take the time to explore and figure shit out, but also in the same vein, it's like, oh, why can't it just be like boom, 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 done? So, yeah, like I said, if I'm just posting every single day, to a certain degree, I'm kind of just hoping certain shit will work out. I don't really have the time to adjust the accuracy. You know, I'm still kind of just like to MG42, just spitting bullets, you know, and sometimes I'll get a hit, sometimes I'm just missing, you know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, it goes back to that kind of quantity over quality thing. It's like, yeah, you might throw up 100 videos and 2 might hit, but now you would like know what 2 to make. But if you never take the time to look at those 100 and see why the 90 didn't work and the 2 did, you'll never really know why the 2 worked, and you'll keep just like redoing those same things over and over again. So like realistically, at least the way that I'm looking at it is like, yeah, you could take that 100 again and you can respit it and do 200. But now it's like the 2 that worked goes down to 0 or it goes up to 4. But you don't know because you just like spitting out videos constantly. You just chucking them bitches, right? So like you hit the miss ratio, you can't really dial it in. But if you just take a little bit of time, to like really try to figure out or at least play with the idea of why this thing worked. Now, instead of like, okay, well, instead of you throwing up 100, you threw up 80 or 60. But now instead of 2, you got 4 or 6. Like, whoa, hold up. And those extra 4 that you got gave you like an extra 1,500, you know what I'm saying? An extra 10K. You just don't like that. That's another crazy part about the internet, bro. A lot of times it don't really take a lot to get that snowball rolling. But once the snowball get rolling, that bitch get rolling. And I've seen countless examples of like, you know, people throwing up their analytics and it's like, yeah, you know, I went from kind of like getting 5 subs a day or 10, and then I did this video and it worked, and I did that like a couple more times, and now I'm getting like 1,400 a day or like 5K a day. It's like, it could be real different. And that's why I say, like, you never know, bro. You never know. Like, it's 2026 right now. Like, who knows where me, the channel, all that will be June 2027. We could be in the same spot. We could be 2, 3, 4x where we're at right now. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You definitely won't know if you stop making videos, which is nowhere near where I'm at. You know, it's nowhere near. Also, in the same vein, you just don't know in general. You know, I could really hone in on making 3 videos a week and not have the same results if I made 7, or I could just keep spitballing 7 and have less results if I really honed in on just making those 3 really good. You just don't know. You don't know. So I'm really on the side of like, hey, bro, as long as you can maintain the horse, you can maintain being in the marathon, you're good, you know, because at some point you'll eventually start stacking up the dubs and the dubs will become more apparent. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, if you drop out of the race, you'll never be able to get those victories, which is why I'm always going to be a proponent of, like, especially if you're doing content, because everybody with like a brain knows like content is a long game, especially if you plan on like really doing it. So you might as well do some shit you like. That's why, like, I'm not pressed about it, because Yeah, sure. Would I rather have my video that I posted about marathon get 1,000 views or 40? I'd rather have the 1,000. But on a basis, even without those two things, I'm still having a good time making the marathon video. So if I can at least be there at the baseline, everything else to a certain degree is kind of icing on the cake, and I can play in between that. But if my whole fucking ego and game plan was just based off around the numbers, now I'm really fucking struggling because the thing that I thought was going to work only got X amount of views when I was expecting X. And of course, as like things go on and like I mature more and stuff like that, that might also come up more as well. Cause like to a certain degree, you can kind of see that now. It's like, hey, if I throw up a Halo mod video, I should at least get X amount of views. So sometimes that might not happen. Sometimes that might not happen as fast. But I'm not really trying to get caught up on that whole scenario. But it is still pretty relevant to keep that in mind because I do want to grow the channel, right? So it's kind of like a weird mix and mash of like a businessy type of thing or like metrics type versus like creator for funsy type scenario. I don't know. Another reason why I feel like YouTube and like content in general is like really hard just because there's a lot of like mental gymnastics you have to play regardless. It don't matter who you are. You got to play some type of mental gymnastics, especially if you like are looking at it from an aspect of like, I want the thing to grow. If you're like purely for funsies, I don't give a fuck about anything. It don't really matter. But like if you have some type of stake in it, yeah, some days are going to be better than others because you're going to be like, yo, why is this video not popping off? Why did this video pop off? Am I doing something wrong? I don't know, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's always better to have like some type of baseline that you can come back to. So where even if things aren't going the way you expect them to be, you can at least ground yourself in the aspect of like, hey, I'm going to be doing it regardless anyway. And I was saying that before I got monetized, before I started like really streaming on Twitch, before I started doing a lot of shit. I'm going to play video games regardless anyway. Might as well make some videos. Might as well stream. You know, who knows what could happen. Now I'm saying that, but like, yeah, being like a YouTuber and a content creator was part of the plan. But I always knew I'm going to be a gamer, bro. Even if YouTube and all this shit didn't exist, I would still be gaming. I would still be like trying to get people together to do shit for the game that I'm playing. I would still be trying to like show people shit. I would still be trying to make motherfuckers laugh. So I'm still doing a bunch of shit I would be doing anyway, regardless, without any money, without any like platform to be on. It's just like doing a thing that I wanted to do with a little bit of extra steps. And like a lot more potential benefit and gain, and also a lot more possible opportunity to do more of the thing that I would already be doing. So, in a lot of ways for me, I see it as a win-win-win-win-win. Because yeah, it might take me some time to get to 10K, a mil, whatever. It took me some time to get partnered on YouTube, but I wasn't bugging about it because A, I didn't put myself in a position where it's like, okay, I like really need this YouTube thing to work because I took the time to like study, get a job, you know, all that shit, which that's like a whole different conversation. But like, I've given myself the opportunity to like freely play or like freely explore without really having to worry about too much shit. And of course, like, you know, I don't have a wife, I don't have kids, shit like that. That's a whole nother conversation as well. But like, that gives me a lot of time to actually pursue the thing that I'm trying to pursue as well. So like, again, everybody's different, but at least coming up, knowing that this is something I wanted to do, I've set up my life in a lot of ways that made the thing that I want to do easier than harder, right? It would be a lot harder for me to exist as a content creator right now if like I was relying on the $80 I get from Twitch every month, or like the $150 I get from Facebook every month, or like the $100 I get from YouTube every month. Like, Am I knocking the money at all? No, I think it's great, but it's even better for me right now because it's really just additional money that I can go back into the channel. I can do pretty much whatever with, and I don't really have to worry about it because I'm good on that front because of my job and everything else. But if that whole kind of thing wasn't there and I didn't take the time to build that, that would be a totally different story. So it's just so weird because everybody's situation is different, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like a very interesting kind of thing to think about, which I always find fascinating because you just never know, dude. You never know. But at least for me, this is what I got. I always lay it out on the table, especially for like people coming in and like who are interested to talk, because you never know what you're gonna get. You never know what you're gonna get, and you can always kind of set up your life in a way that you want to live it, but it's going to require you to put some work in anyway. It don't matter if you run from it for 10 years or you build towards it for 10 years. Like, you don't know. Realistically, the person that's building towards it for 10 years might end off in a better position than the person that runs from it from 10 years, but you just don't know. You don't need. Listen, if everybody knew it, everybody would be doing it, but everybody's not. Everybody's not, you know what I'm saying? Or as many people want to be a content creator and do shit like that, just as many people burn out in a year, 6 months, 2 years, 5 years because of XYZ reason, right? I'm just trying to keep myself as grounded as possible so I can do everything that I want to do for as long as possible, right? And one of those things I want to do is play video games. One thing I want to do is foster a community of people that like the shit that I actually like. You know what I'm saying? Another big thing for me as well is like, why would I spend so much time on all this shit to build a community around people that don't like the shit that I like? That just is a little backwards for me, right? Now, again, if your whole MO is making money, then sure, that's different. But like, that ain't my MO, so I'm not going to be doing that. You know what I'm saying? If you gave me the opportunity to select a group of 10 people, and those 10 people were Halo fans, or those 10 people were chess fans, listen, I'm sure the chess people were cool, but I'm going with Halo, bro. I'm going with Halo. We could talk about Halo all day. We could play Halo games. We could do X, Y, and Z because it's Halo related. I like it. You like it. We like it. Let's go. The chess people, I don't know, dude. Is it hey, maybe, I don't know. Me typing a message, then I lose connection and deletes it all. Yes, welcome to connection failure imminent. But yeah, dude. So like, I think that's really where I'm at. TLDR. Slightly just adjusting the game plan a little bit for mainly YouTube and streams. Still gonna try to keep it daily, but maybe just like semi-daily, whatever, right? I don't really want to put a number on it because that might be like hard to do week over week, but I feel like at the bare minimum, we should see something along the lines of 4 to 5 videos a week, 4 to 5 streams a week. Might take a day or two just to like look into the analytics, do some more video idea brewing, you know, do more stuff on the back end that might help me, I guess, accelerate the growth a little bit more than just like spitballing videos all day long, spitballing streams all day long. I'm relating to a lot of what you're saying. Content creation can be very difficult, but if you're enjoying it and everything, I think you're doing good. Yeah, like again, it's so different for everybody because everybody's just different, you know? Like Jacob, like, yeah, we got some crossover, but I'm sure there's a lot of things that we differ on that we would like want or aspire for, whatever, right? And I like, oh, I always like Mr. Beast. You know, this motherfucker has like aspired to be like the biggest YouTuber ever. Me, I could give less of a fuck about that. No disrespect to what Mr. Beast got going on or what like his whole sort of like MO was for like doing the thing he's doing. But I don't care. I do not care. Right? For me, success looks like literally what I got going on right now. I got 7 motherfuckers in the purple app stream. I got 4 motherfuckers in the black app stream. I got 50 people in the Discord, 5 of which are like in that bitch every day who I know really nothing about, but I can talk to really on a daily basis if I wanted to. And we could play games. And I get some bread for doing all of it because we play games. That's it. For me, realistically, I can only do more of what I'm doing now. That sounds awesome. Like, if you told CJ this when he was 16, he would be losing his fucking mind. Like, he would be losing his mind. Yeah, you like third person over first. It's not that I like third person over first. It's just that there's so many first person things. And like, I like third person. So when I get some shit that's third person, it's like, bro, yes, finally. Finally. Like, for every Gears of War, there's 13 Call of Duties. Like, fuck. Give me the perspective shift, bro. Give it to me a little bit. For every Division, there's 9 Destinies. Like, God, come on, bro. Shit. Give me a little bit. Give me a little bit. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, dude, like, that's me, bro. That's me in a nutshell. That's me right there, dude. If I'm already loving what I'm doing right now, and realistically, if I keep going the way I'm going, I will only be doing more of what I like right now. Sounds like a fucking dub to me, bro. Sounds like a dub to me. I will never get tired of meeting new people who are gamers, and I will never get tired of making videos about video games because I will never get tired of video games. That's just how it is, you know? Even if it's a scenario where it's like, I don't like gaming as a whole as much, you will never get me to not like playing video games, because there will always be a Halo, there will always be a Call of Duty, there will always be a Battlefield, an Apex, an Arc Raiders, a Cyberpunk, a Witcher, a Left 4 Dead, Rock Band, DJ Hero, FIFA. Like, insert game, I'm playing it. If I'm playing it, I'm filming it, streaming it, talking about it, yapping about it, making content about it. Like, that's just, it's like the snake that's just like eating its own tail. It's like, bro, I'm loving this so much, I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it. And then that's just like playing the game and making content. We don't talk about the music. We don't talk about photography. I mean, Jacob, we talked about like theater mode and like, what was the other joint that we was talking about? Theater mode and spectating. Like, that's a whole other joint. 3D art, animation, like all the other shit that like is like a gaming adjacent that like goes into like some of the stuff that we go. Dude, like, don't even get me fucking started. Do not even get me started, bro. Like, and that's why I will never get tired of it, because there's so many aspects of it that I like outside of just like picking up the controller or the mouse and keyboard and doing the thing that, come on, bro. You can't. Even as like, I don't even really consider myself like a tech guy, even though, yeah, I'm like a software engineer and like I know it. It's like, even from that perspective, I'm like, I'm at least interested, because like, bro, I code on a daily basis. And like, a lot of this shit is like off of the shit that I do, just like in a different sort of discipline. So that's just like totally out of my like what? Dude, it's so crazy. So like, you'll never, like, for me, I'll never get off the train, bro. Like, I'll never get off the train because there's too many things keeping me on, and there's too many reasons for me to want to be on it. I can't say that. I can't say that like any other way. But yeah, so kind of transitioning out of that into our next kind of point. My favorite thing and everybody's favorite thing about the working streams, we got the notepad of justice, which there isn't too much different on here than what we've kind of already talked about, but just to kind of give everybody who's here kind of like a glimpse into like what to be expecting over the next like couple weeks, months, yada yada yada. And there's some things I need to update for sure, and there's some things that I kind of want to talk about, I guess, or workshop a little bit more, I guess, with myself more than anything. But hold on, Frank, that is like so fucking loud. My bad, I just put y'all in the infinite Tsukiyomi. Shush, stop it. Yeah, so I just want to go over like the list a little bit, you know what I'm saying, make sure things are good. Of course, right now for like next up video ideas, want to finish the Halo Ruby rebalance, so we'll keep doing that. I want to finish the Black Ops 2 campaign, so we'll keep doing that. We just started Halo Wars All the Units co-op, so I'm going to throw up a video on that, see how it does. Put us in the mirror dimension. Yeah, I definitely definitely had y'all infinite for a second. I'm definitely gonna see how this does. I don't expect it to do as good as like the first go around, but you never know. Like I said, you never know. I really want to play more Marathon. There's like two big things that I definitely want to do this season that I want to put more time into. Big one is like Cryo Archive, at least like finishing that. And like initial thing now is there's like a, I guess you could say like a vault or like a chest or something like that that you can do on Night Marsh that we almost did last time we played, but we didn't have the key. So now we got to go farm the key and then do all that all over again. So I want to do that. Those are like two big things that I want to do on Marathon, and then we'll see. Battlefield series, this is interesting. Jacob, this is one of like the bigger things that I was talking about. So I kind of have two things in mind right now, right off the money, right? First, and like I said, I'll probably do like a session, throw it up on the tube, see how it does, maybe feel it out. But I kind of want to go towards getting all of the, at least like weapons. End goal is elite badges for all the weapons. That's end goal. But like, you know, maybe getting all the weapons bronze badge, getting all the weapons silver, gold, platinum, you know, etc., etc. Seeing kind of like a mastery challenge, but just seeing how that goes. And then I kind of want to do like a loadout style video, but maybe make it more like weapon outfit cosmetic focus. So maybe like a setup that fits the outfit, and then like playing around with that and then seeing how that goes. Those are like two things that I'm looking at for sure. For require some testing, but we'll see. There is a Project Zomboid like Halo mod that my homie's been really excited about that I also want to try, but I'm kind of waiting for people to get off of recovery mode to like try to get everybody together to do it. Yes. The worst gun in Battlefield 6. Oh, what even would that be? I don't know. What even would that be? I don't know. I'm sure I'll find it if I like continue to do that. And then also the Star Wars Battlefront 2 Kyber mod. I want to do at least like a video on that just to kind of like talk about some stuff. So those are like definitely things that's like soon-ish, like tomorrow to like next week after next. You'll know after the mastery video. Yeah, I guess so. And then like I have a bunch of like ideas that I'm kind of floating around, both from like a short form perspective, a long form perspective, things to do in like videos. That like I'm still kind of fleshing out a little bit more. I didn't really touch it too much, but you know, some discussion based ideas, some more like real or like I guess substance based like discussion videos. Nothing like crazy. Still kind of I guess like gaming adjacent, but you know, just like more substance to them. Would love to do more End War, more Command and Conquer as well. That's been pretty cool. I need to do I mean, I'm doing the Halo Ruby rebalance right now, but I want to do like another like co-op like Halo MCC mod type scenario, and I definitely want to do more Halo like kind of just standard MP videos as well. But I want to figure out like how to, I guess, make those work. The community night stuff was cool. I want to try to do more of that as well, but people just like it's been hard to get like schedules with the boys, and then like some of the homies from the Discord like haven't been able to show up as often as well. So I think we might put that like on hold slightly, at least until like the community is like bigger. But like we'll like obviously like keep lobbies open if I do more like Halo MP stuff, Battlefield MP stuff, Call of Duty MP stuff. So maybe like foster a little bit more of a thing of like people actually jumping in and playing and like coming back and stuff. So we'll see how that's going. And then yeah, like I said, like the want to try more Keep 3 Cut 3. That's been pretty cool. The This or That has actually been doing like kind of crazy on like the short form stuff. And when I say like this or that, like I mean like the like Halo Grunt or like Gears like Wretch or like Halo Brute, Gears Drone, that type scenario. Like those have been doing pretty well. Yeah, there's some more stuff in there that I want to look into, but still waiting for custom game Fat Kid. Dude, I know, bro. Like I would listen, we were making so like we were doing so good, like people were showing up, but it was just like it's just hard to get everybody together. Like even from like my like my specific friend group, everybody's kind of it's kind of hard to get everybody together at the exact same time. And like yeah, we could do Fat Kid, but like would Fat Kid be fun with 4 people? I would rather have 10. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And like Jacob, I love you, bro, but it's only one of you, bro. Unless you're like Naruto and you can like shadow clone into 6 more. We need a couple more homies in the joint before we can like actually consistently do those. At least 8, bro. You know what I'm saying? At least 8. So that it's just hard to do that right now, especially on like a consistent basis. So just need more work from your boy to put in more time, build up the community. But it's like the Discord's actually been like growing. I think there's like almost 60 people in the Discord now, which is like really cool. But you know, everybody isn't super active. Some people kind of just join, poke their head in, say what's up. Obviously, there's a couple people that like kind of come around semi often. There's people who like come here every day or like say something kind of daily. So that's been pretty cool. But oh shit, I need to add this to the that's tomorrow. Yeah, dude, but lot of things in the works. Of course, like, and this is the thing too. Like, we can always do more. We can always go longer. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure we're moving correctly. We're moving in the right way. So when there's not 7 people in here, but there's 70, 700, or 7,000, we know how to move accordingly because we've been here before. You know what I'm saying? And we have systems in place to handle the chimps that's here or the guppies or the dodos. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not really pressed about like growing really fast or anything like that, because like realistically, if 10,000 motherfuckers came in this bitch overnight, I wouldn't be ready for it. You know what I'm saying? At least in a way that makes me feel like those people are getting an experience that's like worthwhile that they can like also be a part of, you know what I'm saying? So want to take the time to actually get those systems together and build those systems up. So we'll see what's happening on that front. Yeah. So definitely can expect this within like this week, next week. We'll see how a lot of these kind of series go. And then yeah, we'll mess around with some more stuff. I'll do some more brainstorming, like some more video ideas that I'm like trying to cook up, but just seeing what I can do. Yeah, it's like, and that's what I was saying earlier, bro. Like, to a certain degree, you'll never know when you get the snowball rolling. So, like, I could post something tomorrow, and 100 motherfuckers want to join the Discord. Whoa, hold up. I don't even got a moderator in that bitch. Well, I technically do, but like they're like my friends, and they're like aren't really here. So like I don't really expect them to moderate. You know what I'm saying? But like I got none of that happening, so it would be just me. You know what I'm saying? But blah, blah, blah. Yeah, like I just want to make sure I take the time to get those systems in place, get those things in order. So like when that does happen, we can adjust and filter accordingly. We can adjust and filter accordingly. Yeah, but I think outside of that, I think that's all I got for y'all today. Like I said, we're just kind of here to chill out, you know, get some things together, kind of spill the strategy going forward, you know. Like I said, nothing too much is changing. Just like really no video every single day and no stream every single day. One, because it really isn't sustainable if I want to grow more consistently over time. And two, it would just be nice to have like time to look into other stuff / work on other stuff, really for me and y'all. And then, you know, who knows? In a year from now, I could have an editor, you know, and I'm doing more stuff. Or I could have a thumbnail designer and we're doing more. I don't know. I do not know that. And that's the whole point that I'm trying to make right now. I could come back from, and of course we'll have more talks like this, but like maybe in like, maybe sometime like in the next month or so, we'll have like another one of these and we'll see how things are going and I'll touch base and say what's up or see what's popping. Don't know, bro. Don't know. I can start this change next week, and a week from now I got 20 motherfuckers in here on a daily rather than 6. I don't know. I don't know. And that's like the scary / awesome part about it. I don't know. It could be everything from a small tweak that could really open the faucet up to get things going. So we'll see what's popping. We'll see what's happening. But like I said, that's all I got for y'all today. I appreciate everybody for coming to my TED Talk. You guys have been awesome. I enjoy these types of streams, getting to hear your thoughts and processes. You definitely want to improve and build a good community, making me want to just try more honestly with video creation and content. And yeah, like that's the point, bro. Like I've already had people kind of like come to me on that type of level where it's like, bro, like this type of shit has like made me want to improve myself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to sit here and be like some whole like David Goggins type motherfucker, but that's realistically how it should be. You know, you should expect that from your friends. You should expect that from your like your peers and your family. And to a certain degree, you should expect that from people that are in a position like me, like a creator that you like watch or like, I don't want to say like look up to, but you know what I'm saying? Like you have that kind of dynamic where it's like, yo, like, yeah, I should like try to get my shit together a little bit and like actually go for like what I want, you know? And like not have that person make me feel like I'm a worthless piece of shit because like I'm not doing that right now. That's all I want to be at. That's all I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I want, for as much as y'all motivate me to want to do more, I also want to make sure I'm doing that as well in the most positive and like constructive way I can, because there's already too many things out here to be negative about. There's already too many people, places, and things that like will do that to you, like putting you down for not being in a certain way or doing a certain thing, especially on social media, bro. So I'm at least trying my best to be an outlet for that, and like a positive way, especially for dudes, bro. You know, dudes, young dudes, black dudes, you know, kids, older people. You know what I'm saying? Like, my demographic is still pretty firmly in the like 18 to like 30-year-old range, which is fine. But like those are very different aspects of life, bro. Me at 18, me at 26, me at 30, totally different people. Totally different people. And they can all kind of add to the pot in different ways that they wouldn't be able to if they didn't have that perspective. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to do my part in making the sphere of influence that I have some influence over more positive for people who look like me and people who are into the same things that I'm into. That's all I can do at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That's as much as I can do. I'm not saying I'm going to be a licensed therapist or anything like that, or a shoulder to cry on, but you know, I will try my best to ease the pains where I can, push you to do better where I can, and push you to be a better human being where I can. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. I got some more stuff to look into for the night, and then that'll be $500, please. That'll be 3 tier 3 subs, please. Yeah, appreciate the bits, Jacob. Thanks, homie, for always coming through. I appreciate your consistency, homie. I appreciate you. Please have a good rest of your night. Black Gap peeps, thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate y'all as well. KB, Ree, thank y'all for coming through and hanging out. You guys have been awesome. It's been great. Like I said, bro, only more to go from here. Only way to really go is up. I want to keep doing it. I'm having a great time. Just want to adjust some things to make sure maybe by this time next year we got maybe some more homies in here to talk to. And maybe a little more money in my pocket. That's a bit. That's about it. That's about it. But y'all have a good rest of y'all night. Stay safe. I'll have the schedule up probably later tonight. We'll definitely be live tomorrow for Impulse with the homies. Won't be live for sure Friday, Saturday. Sunday might have a late stream. I think Thursday we'll have a short stream. See what's going on. See what's popping. But I'll let you guys know. Be in a Discord, YouTube, TikTok, all the good places. I'm pretty much everywhere. And yeah,